Hi guys, it's Rachel here, and I am officially going to start Tina's 3 in 30 challenge. So I have to start with A, and A is acetate. And at first I thought I wouldn't be able to do that because I didn't have any acetate, but I found some off my stamps that I have, my clear stamps, and I also thought I could use like one of these bags if I need to. They're like a type, they're a different type, but maybe I could use one of those. So okay, wait, so where's I've got my little book of ideas. Okay, that's over there. It's a bit nerve-wracking. I don't know if I'll be able to get it done within the 30 minutes, but I will try my best. So I've got my iPad here next to me. I'll just show you that here. So you can see it's set on 30 minutes. I think it will make a noise when the 30 minutes is up. So I'm going to keep it on the stand on the side over here. You won't be able to see it, but that way it's not in my, it's not in my way, because you know what I'm like. Okay, so I'm going to get it going, and I better think about where I'm going to start. Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, so the first thing I thought, which would be really easy to do, is to make a, what do you call it? Like a coin envelope, I was thinking. So I'm just going to cut. You're thinking, oh, don't do it. Now I need to use this because it's bigger. But I thought a clear coin envelope would be really cool. So let's just, I don't want to keep that. I want to make it like a proper coin envelope. So I'm cutting it all off. I'm being bold. Okay, and it won't be perfectly straight. I could use my alpha cutter, but we don't have a lot of time. So I'm wondering now, do I want to do it? So now I've got two pieces here. Talk about recycling. And you won't be able to see very well, will you? So I'm going to, I'll actually need to do it like the glassine bag way, I think, because, so that's going to be too big. If I do it that way, it's going to be better. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want it to be too big, or do I? I think I might like it to be bigger. Oh, decisions are the worst. So what I'm going to do is, what I might do is tape it on here so it doesn't jiggle about. That's a good idea. So I'm just going to sort of line it up there, and on this side I'm going to put a piece of tape, and that way I want to create my fold. So the first fold I want to do is this one, so I can see more or less if I'm going straight. And I will need to find a bone folder, and thank heavens I put it away, so here it is. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and crease it a bit better. This is going to be interesting. I've never done this before. Oh, I better remember. Oh, well, I don't need, well, I do need to keep an eye on my clock, don't I? Oh, it's already turned off. There you go. It's not turned off, just the screen's turned off. Okay, so I've got that there. And then I need to do my bottom. So I'm just going to turn it around that way. And unfortunately with acetate, you really can't see what I'm doing, I'm sure. I'm going to fold up my bottom about the same as the top, as the side, like so. Okay, I'll get my bone folder. It's probably gone very crooked. Who knows? We won't worry about it. It's just a bit of fun. And then I'm going to, I don't want it that big, you see. Let me just fold it this way so I can see my proportions. So if I fold it that way, I'm just going to run my, no, that's crooked, you see. I've already made my first boo-boo. There we go. It's a bit better. It's a little bit crooked, but I'm going to be trimming that off. So, because I don't actually want it that, I don't want it that big. I'm going to trim it off here. Go as straight as I can. Okay, so that's that. And then I want to fold down my flap, and that's about the height I want my flap. I'm not measuring anything. I'm not going to give you any measurements because I'm really not measuring. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm eyeballing it. Okay, so, and I will try and get one done a day, so that way we can catch up to Tina. Okay, so what I need to do, so what you do here is you trim it. You trim it the same way you would trim the paper. So I'm going to cut this off because this is my front. There. Now, in an ideal world, what I would like to do is have a little thing there. I wonder if I will try it afterwards. It could be a disaster. And I don't want this bit either, so I'm going to trim that bit off. And I actually am not going, and I'm going to trim this, sorry, when I get to the fold, I'm going to trim it at an angle. I'm not going to glue this, I'm going to sew it. That's what I want to tell you. So trimming at an angle, and then, oh, I should trim that at an angle as well. Might need to trim that again. This is all a bit of trial and error, as per usual. Trim that at an angle. And then I'm going to go straight down there because that's my flap, and I would like it to be, I'd like to fold it over like this if at all possible, and like we did the things the other day, it's no different. It's just different material. So I'm just going to line up my creases, and I'll see that's a bit crooked, so I'm going to see if I can fix that, and I'm just going to curve it, and then I'm just going to go across like so. There we go. Won't be perfect. Oh yes, that's lovely. Okay, please don't scream at me if you can't see it. It is acetate. Now I'm just going to trim this off because I had a bit of the fold there and I don't want that lumpy bit. Okay, well that is, you know what, that's pretty much done. Now, before I stitch it, I need to bone fold that. And I just need to fix it a little bit because it's funny there. To trim that bit off and trim that bit off. Okay, got it. What a great way to recycle plastic. Good job, Tina. Now, one thing I wanted to say about this challenge is there are a couple of things. There's one that I've seen so far that I will not be able to do because I don't have embossing powder. I don't do embossing powder. I don't emboss anything. So I'm asking you, Tina. Well, actually, I'll probably message you and ask you. Is it okay if I do something else for E? Because I don't do embossing powder. I don't have any. And I'm not going to go. It's not something that I'm particularly interested in doing, and so for that reason I don't want to go out and buy it. If it was something that I was curious about right now, oh, it worked. So I just put some paper on there, and I was able to cut out my little semicircle. So that's fantastic. Now, what I need to do is bring over my sewing machine, and this is not going to be decorated. I don't think so. I wasn't planning on decorating this because you'll put something pretty inside. And it's just a fun little different element to have in your journal, I thought. That was my thought. Anyway, and I'm going to zigzag. And what I might do, because it's very slippery stuff, this stuff. Where are they? There they are, behind everything. Just a second. What I'm going to do... Actually, I've changed my mind. I wonder, I'm going to clip it closed just so, you know, it doesn't slide. I'm wondering, sorry guys, talk about disorganisation. Now, it won't stay closed, will it? Now, that's an issue. So what I might do, I could stitch on a button, but I didn't want to stitch on a button. But what I was wondering if it would look nice was something that's been, like something simple like that. No, maybe not. I don't have anything big enough. No. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But what I'm wondering about is how am I going to get it to stay closed? Because that's just going to pop up all the time. And I guess if I'm able to really bone fold it, then it could, oh no, it's not too bad. Okay, so let's stitch it. Oh, I was going to clip it. And I might clip it. I'm going to clip it down there as well so it doesn't, otherwise it's going to, I don't know how my sewing machine's probably going to hate this. It's not going to enjoy it at all. I've got my flaps. Maybe I should have my flaps on the outside, some of you had suggested in the past when I did the glassine ones. Let's do that. I thought that was a very good suggestion, so when I get good suggestions, it's a good idea to remember them, isn't it? Okay. So if I clip that, and then clip that, oh my goodness, I've probably used up already half my video time, and I need to trim that down now because it's too tall, because it's moved. And there as well. Very bodgy business, this one. Okay. Now you'll see it all when I'll slip something in there for you so you can see. Now I'm going to do zigzag. Here we go. I figure if my sewing machine can sew all the stuff that it sews, then it can sew this as well. And just so that it, I don't need to stitch down here because that's where my fold is, but I'm going to because, so you just continue on the look. And I'm going to actually continue around the flap as well, if I can see it. Can I see it? Just so it's, the look continues on. Okay, now I can't see. Oh, there it is. Tina, seriously, see through things that I can't see. Okay, done. Oh, isn't this a bit of fun? Okay, so what I thought was, I haven't finished watching the videos. I think I mentioned the other day what I was up to. I can't remember what I'm up to. But I'm not going to re-watch Tina's at the moment while I do this, because otherwise I might be tempted to do the same thing, and I don't remember what she did in them, because that's, you know, got a very short memory. And so I think it'll be fun to see the different things. So that's my little envelope. How cool is that? And I've got a little card here that I was preparing for some journals. One of my, that one doesn't fit, does it? Let's get one that fits. Okay, here's one of my Christmas ones. So, I mean, that is really cool. That's so fun. Really, it's just a fun thing, really, isn't it? But that's actually really nice, and it's got quite a lot of give, so you can fit a lot in there. If you wanted it to be wider, you could do a straight stitch, but I really like it with, I did some cutting out last night while I was watching TV. Actually, that's a lot of rubbish in there. Take that out. I really don't have time for mucking around. What am I doing? Honestly, like you could put, actually would be fun. Well, it defeats, if you decorate it, it defeats the purpose of it being transparent. That's what I think. So no, it would be fun to have one of those stitched on the front, but you wouldn't do that. Anyway, so that's item number 1. Let's go on to item number 2. And item number 2, well, that would be similar, wouldn't it? Oh, I know what I thought. I know what I thought I would do. Where's my book? Okay, got no idea. Better have a look at the time. How's my timer going? Oh, it's already halfway. So let me find one of these pages. This is the book here, The New Concise British Floor. It's fantastic. So, for example, if I were to take even this one, I can, I mean, there are some there that I could cut out, but I'm less inclined to cut them out. I'm going to tear this out. And what I thought could be nice, I don't know if it'll work. Let me just trim that mess off that I've made there. Okay, this has got to be a fast one. But what I thought could be really nice, now how is this going to work? You'd have it that way. And what I thought was you could have, do I want to fold up a little bit and attach it to that? No. What I thought, this is very simple, guys. What I thought was I would, I'm just going to cut this. So I'll just have to eyeball it, I think. It'll probably be very crooked. But that's okay. I can overhang it and then trim it off. That's what I'll do. Don't have time to waste here. No time to waste. Right. So what I thought would be nice was if you were to make an envelope. So I guess maybe I'll do it the same way that we... Well, actually, I want... Yes, that's going to work. That way. Let's be fast. Is it possible to be fast? I don't know. I don't know. And I'm going to fold up the bottom a little bit. And actually, I might like to have... I'd like to have the flowers. See a little bit of the flowers folded, so I'm just going to trim that off and fold that up. I don't care if it's upside down. And then I'm going to, so this is going to be, I need to trim some off because that's going to go like that. And that will be, oh, they are upside down. So I need to, oh, I can't get those to go the right way now. What am I going to do? Didn't want them to be upside down. Because otherwise you just get the greenery, don't you? Well, they're going to have to be upside down. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so, but I don't want it to be quite that long. So why don't we go like this? This was supposed to be fast. And I'm just going to fold up. I don't want it to be that deep. So I'm going to fold that up and shorten that. I might regret my decision. I just might. Okay. Now, I need to trim off the usual bits at an angle. I'm going to round them and at an angle. Round it and at an angle. And I'm going to trim. Where's my fold? There. So round it at an angle. And just cut that off there and go down here and round it. Okay, so I've created my base. Now I'm just going to get my bone folder quickly and just make sure these are folded properly. And I think again I might... So I need to trim this down. This is now too big. So I want it about there. So I need to trim it. Let's see if I can put a fold and then figure out that's where I'll trim it. And then, so I'll trim it there first. So this is the best I could do with the acetate. I don't think I'm going to get my 3 things done. Oh my goodness, what a flop. So I might have to go over, Tina. What do? Do you just go over? What happens? It's just an enormous fail. Okay, so that's that. So I could have, my thought was I could have, I've got my straight side there, I could have these just on the outside, I thought. And then, yes, I think I will. So I'm going to just quickly zigzag around that. It's nearly done. And you could just have the acetate on the outside, so it's clear right across, but this one I'm framing. It's kind of framed. Okay. So, and then I just need to finish off this, and it's upside down, but there's nothing I can do about it. First of all, I want to trim this off because I don't want that. And then I'm going to, this is what happens when you're in a hurry. Round it, and I probably rounded it too much. So that is my little transparent envelope. And so again, we can slip something in there. I've only got Christmassy things up here. And that will slip in there. It's a bit wide again, because I did the zigzag, you see. So I've lost some, come on, find something. Here we go. Slide that in there, and you've got that pocket. And I may trim that, I think I will trim that down a little bit further. I think it's a bit long. There we go. And that is my quick little clear fronted envelope. I had all kinds of ideas. Maybe we'll play with more ideas after the challenge is finished. Okay, so put that aside. And then the next thing was, rushing now, was I got to grab my thing. There it is. Oh my goodness, it's so big. Of course, my friend convinced me to get the big one, didn't she? So it's bigger than Ben-Hur. And get my mat. Probably need both. I don't think I have time for this at all. Where's my other mat? Other mat, where are you? Oh my gosh, I can't find you. There you are. Need this mat as well. Put that in there. In you go. And I brought them over. Where did they go? Here they are. So what I wanted to do was to get one of these and maybe one of these. We'll just do one quickly. I'm going to do a tag. Fairly obvious thing to do, isn't it? So I'm going to cut that out. It's got to be straight. I could put a bit of washi there, couldn't I? Actually, I want to do two tags. So just a second. Maybe I should just fold up this one. I think I'll have it that way. So I'm getting one strip of cardstock. Okay, I'm ditching that one and I'm going to cut it out of this one. Okay. This is a fairly obvious idea. Fairly obvious. Okay. I'll just chuck it all on the floor, as you do. I'm not chucking fast enough. Chuck. Go on. Okay. Right. So I've cut my bits out. And what I want to do, this is very obvious, is I want this one. So I'm just going to trim it down. It doesn't have to be perfect because you won't be able to see. You need two. Right. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bead of glue around there, just to hold it. And a bead of glue here. Oh, now other ideas are coming to me. I need another 30 minutes. This is so much fun. Says me until I flop. And I'm just going to glue that there. So it just stays. Oh, so many ideas. So anyway, I thought that this, and of course I haven't really thought about it very well, have I? Where's all that stuff that I had cut out? Gosh, it would help if I were more organised and could find things. Where did I put all the stuff that I just cut out? I've lost it. Oh, that's no good. Well, I've got a basket of stuff here. I'll just have to use one of those. Okay, so I just thought you could put something. Oh, but it's not double-sided, is it? It's on that side. Oh, well, I didn't need to cut that side out, did I? Now what am I going to do? Well, maybe I can make this... Oh, I know, this can become a pocket. So what I'm going to do is... I'm sorry, I'm off screen. I'm going to stitch around it. See, this is the problem with rushing. You do think you make mistakes. So I'll tell you what my mistake is. I didn't stitch around the windows. I needed to stitch around the windows. That's what I needed to do. So this is going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be like a flip out, I think. And I didn't stitch around the windows. But they have been glued. So that can flip and you'll be able to see on both sides that's what it's going to be. I mean, how cute is that? Well, there you go. Oh, I love that. Look at that. But on that side, it's plain, but then you could put something else there. That's cool, but that's not the idea I wanted to do. Actually, I need to trim that. I stitched it further in because I didn't put my window in the center. So my error is I didn't stitch around there. That needed to be stitched around just to be sure, but I have glued it with PVA, so it will stay there. And it's just going to be like a flippity jip. What I really didn't need to do was punch the hole there. That's what I didn't need to do. So I've made it. I've still got 6 minutes. Let's do another one. Oh, I'm only allowed to do 3. Am I allowed to do another one? I don't know. Could I redo the idea just in case? So this is what I made. I was rushing, you see. I didn't need to rush. Okay, well, I'm going to cut out another one and do it again properly. Let's see if I make it. Are we allowed to correct errors if we've got a few minutes? So I need to get my thing that I threw it all on the floor. Oh, and did you notice the state? Did you notice the state of my cutter? It's the things are totally bent because, you know, it's old. So what I'm wondering, so I guess, but I wanted it to be like I wanted to do a see-through one. What I wanted to do was I wanted this one to be see-through that you could see on both sides, but these are white on the other side, so I don't know how to resolve that. So if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. Oh, we've got 4 minutes now. Okay, so let's cut this one out and have another go. Got things in my way. And of course the little cards that you, so I'm using the, what do you call it, the negative. It's raining. Oh gosh, I hope the rain doesn't come in my window. As I said, we've got very old fixtures that leak. So, right, it's hitting the window, so it's probably going to leak in. So basically, I probably didn't even cut it straight. I just can't rush. This is my problem. So, oh, isn't that pretty? So let's put some acetate there. I like acetate. When I saw, I thought, oh no, acetate, what am I going to do with that? But now, I really do like it. It's really a lot of fun, the acetate. Isn't this a pretty, such a pretty Stamperia paper, I must say. So I'm going to put that there. I mean, yeah, you can make pockets. You can... I'm actually not going to stitch around this because I've got enough glue there. It's smudging around that I don't think it's going to be a problem. And this is not going to be a pocket. I'm going to put an image in there and have the reverse paper there. So I need to, what I need to do is trim that off. Okay, and might just turn that one. I feel like that's the up. And what I need to find is something that I like to go in there. Okay, so I'm just, because I can't find what I cut out last night, it's here on my table somewhere. I'm just going to have to go into these Tim Holtz and see if there's something in here. I was thinking a butterfly. That's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. And then what about... So let's stick a flower in then maybe. Let me pull out the flowers. I obviously need a flower that's going to stand out. So let's put this behind. I think that one. I think I liked the first one more. I'll probably, my minutes will run out. I think I'll put that one in there. So what will I do now? I'll put that there. And put that there, and that's about it. So I'm just going to stick some glue under there. And I'm using PVA glue. I'll be able to jiggle it about a bit. Oh, and that's the wrong way. That's the right way. Yep, so that's going to be good. So then what I can do, because I'm actually going to stitch this closed. I'm just going to put some glue on here and glue it down. I'm making a tag. Making a tag or a tuck. This could be a tag. Oh, hear that rain. It's going to come in my window in a minute. And I need to stitch around that. Okay, I'm going to quickly stitch around. Oh my goodness, I've had so much fun. Thank you, Tina. Why didn't I start this before? Okay, so that's my little tag. That's a tag with a difference. And I was thinking maybe even something. Is that's too much. Okay, well that's it. So I actually this was a boo-boo. That's why I've got that thing, but I actually really like that. That's a double windowed one. So you can put that in or take it out. And that I would put that in as a flip, I think. And that's a tag, and so I'll put something on the top. We've made, does that fit in there? Nearly. I might trim it down and slip it in there. And then we've made an envelope as well. So how about that, guys? And why haven't... Oh, it just rang now. Did you hear that? It just rang. It went... So the 30 minutes is up. Yay. Okay, got it done. Thank you so much, Tina, and thank you everyone for watching. And I'll put some photographs on Instagram so you can see what I made, and I'll be back with letter B. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.